Welcome to Beyond Earth. Orbiting far beyond Saturn, in the distant icy reaches of the solar system, circles a moon that shouldn't exist in this form. A world of towering cliffs, fractured landscapes, and terrain that looks like it was stitched together from entirely different planets. Nothing about it makes sense at first glance. This is Miranda, a small moon with a violent past. And what happened here may have completely reshaped this world. Miranda orbits the massive ice giant Uranus, a planet tilted so dramatically that it essentially rolls around the sun on its side. Among Uranus's many moons, Miranda is one of the smallest, measuring just under 500 kilometers or around 300 miles across. At that size, most moons are simple, cold, dead, covered in craters from billions of years of impacts, worlds that haven't changed in eons. But Miranda is different. It was discovered in 1948 by astronomer Gerard Kuiper, but for decades it remained nothing more than a faint dot of light in telescopes. It wasn't until 1986, when NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft flew past Uranus, that Miranda revealed its true nature. And what it showed us was completely unexpected. Instead of a uniform, cratered surface, Miranda looks chaotic. Its terrain is broken into massive regions that don't seem to belong together. Some areas are relatively smooth with fewer craters, suggesting they were resurfaced more recently. Others are heavily cratered and ancient, preserving the scars of early impacts. And then there are the strangest features of all: vast oval-shaped regions known as coronae. These areas are filled with ridges, grooves, and strange geometric patterns that stretch across hundreds of kilometers. They look almost artificial, like enormous scars carved into the moon's surface. Even more unusual, these regions are sharply defined. There is no gradual transition between terrains. Instead, one landscape abruptly ends, and another completely different one begins. It's as if Miranda was assembled from mismatched pieces, a patchwork world. But the most extreme feature on Miranda may be something even more dramatic: a cliff so massive it dwarfs anything on Earth. This is Verona Rupes, one of the tallest known cliffs in the entire solar system. Some estimates suggest it reaches heights of around 20 kilometers or 12.5 miles high. But the exact height is still uncertain, with different studies suggesting varying values. Even at the lower estimates, it is still far beyond anything we see on Earth. For comparison, Mont Thor in Canada features Earth's greatest vertical drop at 1.2 kilometers or 0.75 miles. That means even conservative estimates place Verona Rupes Cliff at more than twice the height as the tallest cliff on Earth. If you were standing at the edge and fell, the drop would last for minutes, not seconds. It's one of the most extreme geological features we've ever discovered. And it raises a simple question: what kind of force could create something like this on such a small moon? One of the leading explanations involves a process known as tidal heating. In the past, Miranda may have been caught in a gravitational interaction, or orbital resonance, with other moons orbiting Uranus. As its orbit shifted, Miranda would have been stretched and compressed repeatedly by Uranus's immense gravity. This constant flexing would generate heat inside the moon, similar to how bending a paperclip back and forth makes it warm. Over time, this internal heating could have partially melted Miranda's interior, causing its surface to crack, shift, and reshape. The coronae we see today may be the result of this process, areas where warmer material rose upward, deforming the crust and creating those strange ridged patterns. In this scenario, Miranda wasn't destroyed. It was reshaped from the inside out. But there's another theory, one that is far more violent. Some scientists believe that Miranda may have been completely shattered by a massive impact early in its history, broken apart into countless pieces. Then, over time, those fragments slowly came back together under their own gravity, reassembling into a single body, but not perfectly. The mismatched terrains we see today could be the result of that chaotic reconstruction. Different pieces of the moon, formed under different conditions, fused back together in a disordered way, creating the strange patchwork surface. In this view, Miranda is not just a moon, it's a survivor, a world that was destroyed and rebuilt. Miranda challenges what we thought we knew about small worlds. At its size, it should have cooled quickly and become geologically inactive billions of years ago. But its surface tells a different story, a story of movement, of change, of internal activity and violent events. It suggests that even small moons can experience complex geological evolution under the right conditions. It also reminds us that the early solar system was not a calm place. It was chaotic, filled with collisions, shifting orbits, and powerful gravitational forces that constantly reshaped entire worlds. Miranda is a snapshot of that chaos, frozen in time. But perhaps the most intriguing part of Miranda is how little we've actually seen. The images from Voyager 2 only captured one side of the moon during its brief flyby. The other half remains largely unknown, hidden in darkness. There could be even more extreme features waiting to be discovered, even larger cliffs, even stranger terrain, or clues that finally reveal what truly happened here. Future missions to Uranus may one day return to Miranda, and when they do, they may uncover a story far more complex than we ever imagined. Thanks for watching Beyond Earth. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It really does help the channel grow. Hope to see you again in our next journey beyond Earth.